Hi everyone, this is Needle Ninja. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk about technique called needlepoint, and I must say I'm not an expert at all. I would just like to share my experience with it, and there's a little story behind it. So please enjoy. Okay, so here it goes. It was 9 years ago when I visited New York for the first time, and I was wandering around the Upper East corner and Central Park and the area around. I found this little tiny shop called Rita's Needlepoint, and I saw in their little window these kind of colorful canvases and like things that looked like a cross stitch, but it wasn't cross stitch, and I was so intrigued. But I was on a time attack, I had like 30 more minutes of free time and then I have to be somewhere else. But I said, yeah, well, this looks really tiny, little cute shop, so just let's go to have a look. And I entered, and that was it for me. Let me tell you, it's the space of that shop is like, one big, not little room, like one, I don't know what kind of big rooms you have in the US, but yeah, one big room, let's say. And there were these kind of pre-painted canvases everywhere, on the walls, on the tables, on the hangers, everywhere. And I was like, I felt like there was thousands of them, and I just really I felt like I wanted to cry, because I had like 15 more minutes to spend here, and I just want to touch everything, I want to see everything, and of course I want to buy something I like, but I loved everywhere. I loved everything there was. So checking my time, trying to not cry, I picked this one. I paid for it, no idea how much it was. I picked some, I asked like what kind of, like if I use DMC, and they said they're like, yeah, you can use a lot of things on it, but well, I said I don't have a time, so please, like, okay, DMC. So I picked these colors. They told me, okay, I had a needle with me because I was stitching on something, but well, yeah. And I said, like, how do you stitch on it? And they said it's not that difficult. So they gave me some kind of like, not brochure, how do you say? No, some little flyer. And like, don't worry, you will figure it out. So not happy because I have to run somewhere else, but happy that I bought something that I like. So I learned how to needlepoint from that little flyer or brochure, and I figured out it's much more, how do you say, like, not complicated, but it's actually so deep. There are a lot of kind of stitches which I wasn't ready to challenge. So I learned to do a continental stitch, which is I think that's the turning point for me. This was actually my first full coverage piece. Till then I was stitching on something like samplers or just a little tiny cute cross stitches patterns. So yeah, this is my first full coverage, and it's in a half stitch, or better say continental stitch. I will try to explain later. And I used on this pattern, I used two kind of stitches. Well, if you can see, this is the continental stitch, and this is the basket. I think it's basket wave something. I think basket stitch, I'm not sure. So yeah, I teached myself, how do you say? Okay, so that was my first. In that time, I wasn't so much in watching the YouTube, or I didn't know that there is actually Flosstube. Yeah, I'm sure it was already 9 years ago. There was a Flosstube, but I didn't know. So yeah, totally beginner, just trying and learning stitch by stitch, and it was really so fun. And I stitched this one with DMC. DMC normal, what is it, the number 25 flosses, and I stitched this with the 4 strands. So I was so proud of myself, and I so love it. Okay, so 9 years ago I did this. Well, it was 5 years later, so actually 4 years after. No, 4 years before. Yeah, 4 years before, in 2016, when I visited New York again. But this time, I wasn't sure if I will have a time for my time, me time, but there was a me time, and I said like afternoon, it's just for me and for this little needlepoint shop, if I can find it, because of course I love that this shop, you know, like tape the edges with their, well, the name and address and everything. But in that time I didn't bring this, and I had no idea what's the shop called, and I just knew that it's somewhere around the Central Park, somewhere where there was a Metropolitan Museum, and just going inside of the streets, and I was just hoping to find it, because I wanted to search for it, but well, my Google didn't work, or I didn't know how to search. So okay, I was just wondering, and I was just praying like, please, please, please. And it's so tiny that it's actually not like boom, Rita's needlepoint shop and the neon and everything. No, if you pass next to it, you will not notice. So I was like, you know, if somebody look at me like, what is she doing? I know it's somewhere around there, but well, yeah, I found it. I entered. It was the same shop, same people, same very kind ladies there. And let me tell you, I spent 3 hours in a shop which is the size of the bigger room. And while I was there, I think I touched everything. I didn't smell. No, I just touched and checked, and yeah, it was like, you know, if somebody loves Disneyland, it was the Disneyland for me. And while I was there, well, I bought myself these other 2 canvases. So the colorful, the beautiful colorful one, and the cute one, because I wanted to start to work on something really soon. But tell you the truth, the first what I saw was this one hanging on the wall, and I wasn't sure if it's for sale, because it was hanging on the wall. So well, I asked like, is it for sale? And they said like, yeah, sure. So this was my first choice, and then these guys. And while I was there for 3 hours, I think like 10 or 15 other ladies came to that shop with their already finished canvases, and it was so beautiful. And they were like chatting, and they were trying to figure it out if they should do a pillowcase from it or to put it in a frame. And the owner, I think it was Rita, and she was giving them advices, and looks like they are regular customers, because all of them, they were so friendly. And I was just like, you know, this wandering person, already 2 hours in their shop. So I don't know what they thought about me, but well, I actually didn't care. No, I cared a little, but Anyway, I was in paradise. So, and even I learn how to do this. I never heard, you know, the official, how do you say? Well, nobody ever taught me, so I just I asked them if they'll be kind enough to explain this technique to me, and they were like, yeah, sure. And I said like, oh my god, what a beautiful people. So I had like 30 something minutes little workshop with I don't know if it was the owner or the other girls, ladies there. So they actually taught me, tell me. I tried, and I said I want to stitch on this one right after I come back to my hotel room. So I need all the supplies for this, because last time I didn't know what, because actually, yeah, I wanted to say that the ladies which came to the store, they actually, I see that they stitched with the wool. How do you say wool? Yeah, wool. Some of them use the other threads, but many of them use the thick ones. So I was like, wow, that's cool, but I don't have so much space in my suitcase, so something, yeah, easy to pack. So they packed me with everything. Girls, I need to tell you, for this pattern I have everything, and I don't have the threads for these other patterns, but I have everything for this one. So they told me, I said that this my first pattern was stitching DMCs, and they said like if I would like to try the pearl cotton, DMC pearl cotton, and I have no idea what it is, but no experience. And I said like, yeah, sure, like if you say it's a good one. So yeah, they packed me with, you know, pearl cotton, the number 5 DMC. I think this is the I didn't touch it. That's the way they gave me this. They sell me this, and I think this is for the colors for sky. And they picked all the colors for me because I have no idea, and said, yeah, this should be good. This you need this one, and then they said like, if you put some sparkle in there, it should be even better. So yeah, they sold me these. It's actually a Japanese brand, Rainbow Garden, I think. That's the, if I'm not wrong, sorry. They have this beautiful, you know, I'm sure you know, but we don't have it in Japan here. And I fell in love. Everything and something new, I always fell in love. So yeah, these. So I'm stitching the windows, or yeah, some. So yeah, I went to my room. Oh, and to tell you the truth, I didn't know how to work with this, you know, how to open it, and I was just used to work with the DMC number 25, and you can always pull the single or double thread from there, but this is just a thick, really thick one. So they taught me, just pull this part, roll out the part, and cut the one side, so you have like, I don't know, 40 centimeters, like 16, 17 inches long thread, which you use only single thread. So yeah, and they told me, Eddie, you can stitch it in a hand. No, they actually said that they like to stitch it in a hand, you know, like. So the first I did, they said you like roll it like this, I don't remember so much, but so from this side, you roll it in your hand and you stitch here. So this is could be stitch in a hand also. Okay, but they said many girls using the, what is this, a stretched bars, and I put this one on a 8 and 9 inches stretched bar, fix it with this one, how do you say it? I bought it there, thumbtacks. Okay, this is thumbtacks, didn't know that. So this is also from New York. So you can use it, you can stitch on it in hands as I used to, then on stretched bars. And yesterday I start well, if you saw my last video, this Buckley, you know, not good the Q-snap, so it really works good on for this project, so I'm actually using it sooner as I thought. So okay, and yeah, I'm stitching on this one with the needle number 22. It's really big needle, because I'm always stitching with the 26, so yeah, this is, yeah, big one. And one more thing I really liked, I didn't know, but look, it looks cute in this cute bag, and there is a there's this, you know, magnifying glass, and I asked like, how do you use it, and they said like, you know, they are looking through it if they didn't miss any stitches. And I said like, oh wow, this is so cool. I don't think this was kind of expensive, but because I never used it actually. This is like maybe third time when I'm looking to the stitches with it, but so cool, right? So yeah, love it. So magnifying glass for the stitchers, how cool. So yeah, I bought more than I was planning. No, I was trying to buy everything there, but well, but I have to tell you, I spent like, well, something about around $350, which was like, oh gosh, I have to work really hard. Sorry. So yeah, so that is my needlepoint story, and I think we're going for like 17 minutes, so I would like to stitch a little bit on it, and yeah, let's see how it goes. So here we go. I put my canvas in my wiggly Q-snaps, and I will start to stitch with the sparkly thread, and I made a waist knot at the end. Okay, so starting with the waist knot, and I'm going to stitch these windows, and as I already started wrong way, so you should use the continental stitch, which means it's a half stitch, half cross stitch, but you should have always, you know, your front of the fabric should look the same way as the back, so that's why it goes continental. So can you see, like in here I just did the half stitches and then the continental stitch, so this is actually doing just the half stitches, always going through the same hole, starting in the same hole. But in order to have this kind of full coverage on the back, you should go when you start from right to left. I'm a little bit you see? Okay, so I should go from left bottom corner to the top right and always go in this same motion. And then, well, there is a white space from the from the left side to the right side. You stitch from upper right corner to the bottom left, so it will make your back fill out the same way as your front. So there are windows in here also. So as I told you, this is really stiff fabric, and I think it's 18 counts. So, and you're just doing, it's actually easy, yeah, you're just doing the half stitches, but you're trying to be careful to do it the right way. So when you stitch from left to right, you use the upper right corner first, and when you're stitching from right to left, you go to the lower corner, lower left corner. I'm sure you got the idea. So I will do these sparkly windows. Okay, see, this is should be stitched in this order. No, I'm not perfect, really. Sometimes I forget, and actually this project's back looked really messy because, well, I actually tried to change the needle because this needle number 22 was kind of big for me, and I tried to change it. I tried to use 24, but well, it went through the fabric much more easily. But this pearl cotton, it's the DMC number 5, it's really thick one, so it kind of shredded my thread through the needle. So yeah, I should stuck with the things those ladies told me. So this is how I do it. Why is it so? My camera is a little bit shifted. I'm sorry. And this is a really sparkly thread, so I don't know how well you can see it. And I'm hitting something. Going from up to down. So I will stitch these windows for a little while, and I'll come back with the pearl cotton. Okay, done with the little sparkly windows, and now I'm going to use the pearl cotton, white pearl cotton. And where did I put my needle? Behind. Okay, so this is really thick one, so my threading method doesn't work, so I use the needle threader. Okay, of course it will fall down. And again, waste knot. And now maybe you can see more clearly how I stitched the continental stitch, so when I go from left to right, I use the top corner. With this thread, it really gives you not almost, it's perfect coverage. There are no spaces between the stitches. And as I told you, my first African canvas project, I stitched it with a DMC number 25, with the 4 strands, and it gives you the same look as this one, and this, like this pearl cotton. So, working with the continental stitch, which is actually the half cross stitch, but in my Heaven and Earth design half stitching, I don't use the hole where there is already stitched in. I always use the free hole like this, so there is always little gap on the back of the fabric, but doesn't matter at all. It still gives you a good coverage from the front. So I think there is everything about me and my needlepoint projects. On this one, I don't use the basket stitch, because these are just like, you know, squares stitching. So yeah, maybe I will use it on a sky, maybe not. And I'm actually thinking maybe I will just leave the sky like it is. Anyway, I'm sure this will be gorgeous. It's already gorgeous just without the stitches, so I can't wait to finish this one. I cannot wait to finish any of my projects, so I'm sure you'll know when it happens. So hope I didn't, well, how do you say, I don't know how to say. Oh, I wasn't concentrating. I think I was stitching the wrong way. Well, yeah, this happens a lot, so, but nobody will see my back, so anyway, hope you could enjoy my little needlepoint story, my New York Rita's needlepoint story. I hope that shop is still there, and next time, I don't know when it will be, but next time maybe I can visit it again, and I will try to look for their shop on the internet so I can put the link on. So yeah, needlepoint and me. This is really fun. If you never tried it, please try. It's very enjoyable, very relaxing, and yeah, different, kind of different than a cross stitch. And how I finish the thread is just I run the thread under the stitches on the back of my fabric, yeah. So I flick my hoop or whatever I need to do. I'm ending it on the back. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you could enjoy, and happy stitching. See you soon. Bye.